My name is Tamamoni, and I am about to start this series where I talk to people with my community. And right now, I am talking to one of my BFFs here, Shri, and she's gonna introduce herself, and we're gonna be talking about who we are right now. We college graduates.
Yep. Hey guys, my name is Shri Togacheru. I went to Rutgers. I just majored this May 2019. Majored in psychology, minored in biology. Wow. I still can't believe this is actually true because I'm so used to studying all the time. I'm always textbooks, worried, stressed about this, stressed about that. Now I'm nothing to do but just stressed about life in general, and it's so much more scarier.
What's on your mind, because I know I'm broke and
speaking to the choir.
right, hashtag, it was okay, goodbye now, you graduated.
Yeah, I expected I'm gonna have a job immediately, come on, I'm hot, hot stuff, just a college graduate, jobs are just gonna throw something at me, and it's not happening.
Well, so what made you, choose your major before, all this hoopla that is after college, but during college, or I guess before college, what made you decide to choose your major in psychology?
So obviously I'm from an Indian family, so usually either I'm becoming an IT, something like computer, or something pre-med. So obviously I started with pre-med. I didn't have horrible grades during high school. High school was a breeze for me. Not trying to brag, but I don't think high school prepares you anything at all for college, because in college I literally found out all my studying techniques do not work in college. I had to make new techniques, and for the first 2 years I was literally just trying to survive the next day. It was really bad for me, especially because for pre-med track you have to take science classes after science classes, and you can't get C's, and you'd rather get an F than a C, because the C will bring down your GPA so bad. Yeah, exactly. So it's either A's and B's, and if you get a C, and then you can't even retake the class if you get a C. So yeah, it really sucks. So I was in the pre-med track, and I was do I really want to be a doctor? Because this is horrible. And then I was in clubs and everything, so I just tried to find what I wanted to be. It was all about discovering what my path was going to be all throughout college. And then I finally decided I do like science, I do like helping people. I volunteer in various places, and then I found out, I really like behavioral health, and I thought I really want to be a pioneer for someone who can help people who are going through a crisis. But that's but behavioral health has such a negative stigma. People think, depression, if you can just shake that off, they're just lazy, or bipolar. I'm wow, they're just acting crazy to get attention. No, that's not what it is. And I want to not only be a part of making away with that negative stigma, but I also want to be helping people, because they can't help people who have cancer, they can't help that they had cancer. I think it's the same thing. People who have major depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, they can't help that they have that. And I think people should know that, and I want to be part of spreading that message and being a part of the behavioral health field.
Oh, well, nice. Well, I can kind of relate to that. But I think I told you get what you said before about how high school doesn't really prepare you for college. I think I thought about just passing, obviously making sure I had good enough grades, but I remember applying for college, and I was okay, this is already hard, right? I just gotta apply, and then wait, major. I was what major? What are you talking about? I don't know. I haven't even thought about what I'm gonna possibly do to get a career. It was a tricky situation. I think it was probably until towards the end of senior year I was I don't know, I like to talk, so journalism, communications, maybe, but it wasn't a sure thing. And then I after I decided I want to go to this school in the back right here, UConn, the Husky symbol in the back, I was okay, journalism, right? I'll see how this goes. And I'm one of those people that once I start something, I really want to finish it, even if I may not exactly like it. I still will finish it, but I ended up really liking journalism. I think I actually came in thinking I was gonna be a lawyer too. So,
Yeah.
you know, us brown and African family is over here. Everyone wants you to be a lawyer, doctor, engineer.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, we're not.
Yeah,
doing
it's like,
that.
it's not even a real science. Like,
Yeah.
what's psychology?
Wow.
I'm like, try to explain that to my mom is just ridiculously hard. She can't understand the concept of it. It's like, you're still going to med school, right? And I'm like, I just can't. I can't. I just gave up trying to explain to her, and she's like, still going to med school. She still asks me to this day, you're still going to med school, right?
I I want to say like about two-ish years since when I was in college, my first 2 years. Yeah, my parents too were like, so just go straight to law school after college, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wait, you know, maybe work a little bit in journalism, see how it goes. So I went from that to being like, I'm not going to law school anymore.
How did you explain that to your mom?
I think they were fine with it after a while. Like once they saw, like, you know, what I wanted to go into, which is basically what I'm doing to you guys here on YouTube. But I want to be a broadcast journalist. So after they saw, you know, what jobs I could get in that and just my passion for it, they were like, okay. And I was like, yo, like, technically, like law school, first of all, isn't easy. It's not what I thought it was. Like being a lawyer in general, I thought it would be like, you know, the drama and the talking,
the fighting for justice.
Yeah. I was like, all right, like I could totally do that. I love talking. I would defend my case, but then I realized it's a lot of legalese, like a lot of legal words.
They have as many textbooks as you have in med school.
Yep. And a confusing language that no one understands, and you're just like this. So I was like, I don't have the attention span nor the capacity to sit down and prepare months in advance. So I was like, maybe I'll go to grad school. Well, how do you feel though, like since you graduated, besides the whole, you know,
empty
ceremony? Yeah, empty. That's pretty relatable. Empty how though?
Like, I'm like, I feel like I succeeded somewhat because, you know, but then at the same time I'm like, what did I really do? Like, 4 years, all you did is like, I mean, yes, like they were fun. Like you met, like I have a lot of amazing friends because I went to college. You know, a lot of amazing things I learned in college. It was a very fun time in my life and a stressful time in my life, and especially if you have your own group, your own niche. You can always, like, even through the stressful times, they're there for you.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, what did it really do for me? I have no idea. All I can say is I have a bachelor's, but then it doesn't, like, any jobs I can get with a bachelor's is like barely 40,000 a year. Like that's barely like nowhere. Like, so and they're like, oh, you need to be more certified for this. You have to take masters. You have to go to PhD, or you have to go to med school in order to be more accomplished. You have to earn more money. And I already have, like, my mom paid so much already for my college, and I don't want to do that to her. So I'm just gonna take it. Like, I'm thinking about just, you know, take a deeper breath, just take a gap year. I'm doing research, you know, to like more specialize into my field, and then just doing part-time in just a health clinic. So, and then I'll save up enough money to go to masters and then do what I want.
I think that's very smart. You know, I know for me, like, I could definitely relate to the empty feeling. Sometimes I'll sit down and like, so what even was college? Like, yeah, you know, like how you mentioned too, you know, you got to meet a lot of different people and make friends, and those experiences are fine. But just like thinking back to maybe some of the classes you might have taken that were, you know, required, but they didn't have anything to do with your major. You're like, why am I sitting here learning about, I don't know, basket weaving or something?
I think they want to make you a well-rounded person, so that's most of your prereqs are just like sociology and philosophy, like, just so you know, like, there's racism that still exists, like, just in case, like, you were under a rock, or like right. Maths, you still need to count, just in case, like, you thought you never wanted that. You know, like, English, you still need to read and write, you know. I mean, I get why they do that, but sometimes, like, for like people who are taking like business or like sociology, they don't care. Like, in the end, morals don't make you money. Like, I'm just saying.
That's true. And even like I get the whole well-rounded thing, but I can't think. Oh, I can think of one class off the top of my head. I'm not going to say it because I ain't trying to get in trouble with this class. So, but people who know me and who've also been in the class, they know what I'm talking about. This class, it was supposed to be like a math alternative, and the textbook for the class and just the way the class was written. I mean, I was just like, this. There's no way this is helping any of us in the real world or become a well-rounded person. The problems in the first of all, okay, how are you gonna write a textbook with no answers in the back so you after you do the problem you can check to see if you got the right answer or not? But I guess the way it was structured is like there are no wrong answers. It's how you come up with.
I can't deal with those type of classes. I'm like, no, there needs to be a right answer, at least a format or structure, because then it's just like, then who gets this? Who says which is the right answer? Teacher. And then teacher is not they're not perfect. They're not the omnipotent or whatever. Like, they don't know everything. So I don't think that's fair for the students, and I don't think it's fair for the teachers either.
Ooh, y'all know the tea. Y'all know the tea. You can put that in the comments. Y'all know what class this is. Wow. But no, yeah, you're definitely right about the whole like empty feeling. And I think a lot of college graduates who maybe aren't doing anything right now or in the process of.
I think it's been a popular thing now. Like, everyone's taking gap year.
Yeah.
Like, yes, for people who already knew what they wanted, maybe since high school or like maybe since like freshman year in college, for them it's different. But there are a lot of people who don't know what they're doing, or they're just trying to figure out life. And I think it's mostly millennials right now. Like, everyone's like, a gap year has been like a popular thing. Even med schools, like, are you gonna take a gap year? And like, they're fine with that as long as you're accepted. So I'm still like, figuring out. I may go to med school, or I might just like go to master's and then get a PhD. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the flow, I guess.
Yeah.
Worked for me so far.
Yeah. So have you applied to any jobs like so far this summer?
Yes. Not tons, not like hundreds.
Okay.
But I did apply for like 10, 15, 20s of them. All of them in the same field.
Okay.
In like the psychiatric health field. Either I did it for clinics, health institutes, companies, health, anything health related, hospitals, anything that could just like I could do, like not only make money, but something that would be helpful for me. So yeah, that's what I did.
With the applications you applied to, were they mostly on like the company's website? Like, did you get an automatic email after you applied, or was it like a specific person you emailed to?
So I just literally just searched Google for like to apply for like this position I wanted. So there's this like multiple sites. I don't know if they're schemy or not. Like, I don't know if they're real shady or not. But like Glassdoors and Zips, there's like those. So like I get like thousands of emails, and I make sure like what I'm applying for. Like, I research it, like the company, see if it's legit or not. Like, you see if it's something I would want to do. I'm not trying to be picky, but at the same time, I'm trying to also see like if it's a real thing or not. I don't want to waste my time or give my information to like people, like, I don't want all that stupid trouble. So I do a little research, then I apply for like, and I also have research to do. So I have like a lot of coding right now. So I'm pretty busy. Right. I'm trying to keep myself busy, because I'm not the type of person who can just stay at home and do nothing. That would just drive me crazy.
That is exactly what I'm doing, Rise, and it is driving me crazy. Guys, I know, really though, like, I am practically, why do you think I'm doing this, okay? I needs to do stuff, be productive, because sitting at home and, your fellow classmates, some of them are like making job announcements, and you're just like,
I'm like, I'm such a useless person.
Yeah.
Am I even a person? Like,
what did I do?
Failure in life.
Yeah, you're just, it doesn't help with your self-esteem,
but
it doesn't. It is hard. And so do you have any goals, for if not the end of this year, maybe like going into next year?
Hopefully that so at the end of this year, I'm going to be applying for master's program in like psychology, clinical therapy, and stuff like that. Hopefully I get into a master's program. I really need to get into a master's program.
You got this.
Yeah, I know. So I'm trying to like spruce up my resume, add like experience, so research, I'm doing that now. Work experience, I'm doing that now, and I'm also gonna try to see if I can do anything like volunteer or anything like that can just help me not only be more unique.
Yeah.
But also something that will help me and just feel better about myself in just general. Something that'll just, something like that.
I totally agree about like what you said, be more unique, because that was something I heard from my sister when she was giving me job advice. She was like, you know how many people are just like you from either the same college or similar colleges and probably wrote the similar cover letters and put similar reels.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be different from that person, like whether it's your style or how you talk or your experience. And I was like, well, I'm kind of in the, I'm just like you. I need experience. And not that school didn't give me some experience. Like, I was at my school's TV station. Like, I did them
but
for all
then
4 years.
so many other people
did the same thing. Like, you need, and
it's hard though.
It's so
like,
hard.
I mean, you are you, and obviously you would never think that you're like someone else. But people who are hiring, they just see like just fishes. Everything's the same fish. Like, whichever is the most colorful, that's what I will pick. Like, literally, it's so dehumanizing, but that's exactly how. So you need to be the most colorful, either by your tone or the way you show yourself. You need to be confident, but not overconfident where you can't prove your skills.
You're right.
So it's really hard. As I've been doing interviews, I've been trying to like, you have to be nice, you have to show you're compassionate, but like you're also responsible, but you're also like, you got this, like, like try to show that they're the person that they want for this job. And it's so hard. Because inside your head, you're just like, what bullshit are you talking about?
Yeah,
like, that's not you.
Yeah.
You're a failure. Like, you're not gonna get this job.
No.
Like, I'm like, no, I got this. Like,
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Thank you guys for coming to watch us today, talk about what it's like being a college graduate. And I hope you guys can learn from our experiences and maybe have some experiences you want to share in the comments below. So please like this video, subscribe. Also, let me know of any person you want me to talk to next. I just want to talk to people, anybody, please. That is what I do what I would like to do for a living, and this is who I've always been throughout my whole life. So yeah, give this a subscribe to this channel too. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.